Hello YouTube, FC Movies here, doing a review for the Black Mesa Review channel. Now, I haven't been on in quite a while, both on my regular YouTube channel and on Black Mesa Review because my laptop broke and then I fixed it like a month later, and then right after I fixed it, the charger cord broke, and so I had to wait a couple of weeks before they sent me another one, but finally got it all fixed, and finally making another review, and I'm gonna have to catch up on my gamer updates and everything like that. So anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing Carrie, the original 1946, I think it was made 1946 movie, based off the Stephen King novel of the same title. It was the first Stephen King book to be adapted onto the big screen, and so why don't we check out the storyline. Now, I recorded myself a million times trying to explain the storyline, and it went on too long, and it was pretty bad, so instead, I went on to IMDb, copied a, description of the movie, and so it's going to be faster, and you'll be able to get the main picture idea, and I'll be able to go into what I think of the movie. So, using my old 2002 Pocket PC, I'm going to go ahead and read off what the story is. Carrie White is a shy young girl who doesn't make friends easily. After her classmates taunt her about her horrified reaction to her totally unexpected first period, one of them takes pity on her and gets Tommy Ross, her boyfriend and class hunk, to invite Carrie to the senior prom. Meanwhile, another girl who has been banned from the prom for her continued aggressive behavior is not as forgiving and plans a trick to embarrass Carrie in front of the whole school. What she does not realize is that Carrie is gifted, and you really don't want to get her angry. Well, that's pretty much the gist of it, okay? Hold on, this isn't right, okay? This is Halloween, okay? I should be dressed up right now, okay? So give me just a second, I'll be right back to you while I go find a costume to go put on. Ta-da! So, what do you think of my costume? I did a little test run walking down the street, seeing how people thought it looked and everything, and let me tell you, okay, I was walking down the block and all eyes were turned to me. That's how good this costume is. Okay? So yeah, anyway, let's get started. I watched this movie yesterday, and it was 2 in the morning. I thought, okay, I'm on Netflix. Let's see what we got to watch. I went through the horror titles, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna watch Carrie, because the night before that, my mom had been like, hey, have you ever seen this movie? While we were looking for a movie to watch, and I'm like, saw the end of the remake and stuff. She's like, oh, okay, and so we went on and watched a different movie. I'm so glad we did, because I would have felt so awkward watching this movie with my mom, just because of the opening scene inside the locker room. It would have just been, oh my goodness, it would have been so awkward. I mean, I don't know about your guys' family, but I find it very awkward watching, nude scenes with my parents. It's kind of like, this is really weird and awkward, so I'm so glad I didn't watch that with her. Speaking of the scene, what's it called, inside of the locker room, that's the first scene, and that's when Carrie finds out that she got her period, and I'm disgusted by that. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh man. I mean, it's not graphic or anything, but I just, oh my goodness, the whole, period thing has always grossed me out. So I was like, oh, and that's weird, because I can watch, zombies eating people's brains out and stuff like that, tearing their internal organs and intestines and eating on it. But a little bit of fake blood in the JJ area, that's a little bit too much for me. Nothing really nothing really exciting happens in the movie until about like, hold on. It's my dad. Hey, wait, Dad. pulling up into the driveway now. No, I'm still here. Yeah, I'll be right out to go get those groceries. Yeah, just be right out. That, that last costume just, wasn't working for me, so I think I'm just gonna be the manly Professor Cowboy. So, where was I? Yes. The movie doesn't really get exciting until about 60 minutes in. That's kind of a long time to wait for things to kind of pick up and pay off. You know, the whole movie's based around her going to the prom, and even on the posters and everything, you see her drenched in blood and everything and stuff like that. But that doesn't really happen until, like I said, about like 60 minutes in. And then, so you're basically the rest of the time, it's, you know, boring. Um, there are, there are a few kills in the movie, but to be honest, the ones that they have are pretty laughable and pretty lame. For about the first 60 minutes of the film, you feel bad for Carrie and stuff like that, or I feel bad for Carrie for the first 60 minutes of it, because, people are making fun of her and they're being mean to her and whatnot. But then, once it's like the 60-minute mark and she starts killing everybody off, that kind of made me think she went a little bit overboard, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, and did I tell you how she kills a lot of people? Okay, so she's a telekinetic, right? Meaning she can move stuff with her mind and stuff. That opens a lot of possibilities of interesting, clever ways that she can kill people, but instead of doing a bunch of cool things like tearing them all apart with her mind, instead she grabs a fire hose and splashes people to death. Now, I know, there's a big fire and everything. Some people die from the fire and some people die of electrocution and little things, but most of the scene inside of the prom is just her using her mind to move a giant fire hose and splashing people. It's like, really? You made me wait 60 minutes for that? That's the payoff? That's what I get for waiting 60 minutes with nothing scary happening at all? Ooh, a fire hose. That's really terrifying. This isn't really a bad movie. It's just not my cup of tea, if you know what I'm saying. And besides Carrie and her mother, the rest of the characters are pretty bland and are really, really just kind of forgettable. The only time that I was really, frightened or jumped a little bit was a scene towards the end of the movie, and that's just because it was a jump scare. And I mean, come on. Jump scares, those aren't really scary. They just make you, maybe a little quick little that. And that's like pretty much the only thing that was scary of the entire film. Oh, and the idol of Jesus inside the prayer room with the glowing eyes. That was pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was that was pretty scary. So not a bad movie, but not a great movie either. I mean, check it out if this sounds like a movie you'd be interested in. Just warning right now right now, ahead of time. It's not scary, it's not gruesome, but, sounds like a movie you'd like, check it out. I give it 6 stars out of 10. So, this is FC Movies signing off. Thanks for watching. You guys all have a happy Halloween. Ooh.